And I always get people asking me, why don't you find somebody? Why don't you find somebody? Well, we're going to answer those questions, and I'm going to tell you why. I don't want anybody anymore. I'm happy. I'm the happiest I've ever been in my entire life. My life is more successful now than it's ever been. Life used to be simple. We were told go to school, get a job, and find somebody to get married and live happily ever after, right? Well, in today's society, that doesn't work. So if you're over 40, if you're over 50, and you find yourself alone, well, you're not alone because a lot of people are doing it. I am currently 59 years old and have been living here alone with my dogs for 11 years, though I've actually been single for 13. My journey to this point involved navigating many relationships. I was married and divorced twice. Looking back, I admit I contributed to those failures, acknowledging I was selfish and had issues like drinking and working night shifts. Night shifts, especially when a partner works during the day, can truly be detrimental to a relationship. It demands finding someone exceptionally compatible, which is a rare and challenging feat. In my 40s, a wilder period kicked in, filled with partying and chasing women until I was about 46. I eventually tired of that lifestyle and began staying home more, dating on and off until I moved to my current area. That's when things really shifted, and I'll tell you why. Honestly, the dating options where I live are incredibly limited. The pool of genuinely attractive women is almost non-existent here, and I know this statement might upset some people, but I'm being brutally honest. There simply isn't an abundance of what I personally find attractive in this area. While attractiveness isn't solely about looks, there's just nothing here that aligns with my preferences. In all the time I've resided here, I haven't dated a single person from this locality, not because I couldn't, but because the specific type of person I'm drawn to isn't around. I've also grown very accustomed to living a single life, and I've discovered that the drawbacks are surprisingly few. One factor I find difficult to articulate without potentially hurting feelings is the issue of weight. Both men and women today, myself included in the past, seem to be increasingly overweight. Personally, I don't find overweight people attractive. I certainly wasn't attractive when I was heavier, and I maintain that being overweight isn't an attractive quality. It's a personal preference, but waking up and embracing a partner who is significantly overweight simply isn't appealing to me. Beyond weight, I'm also not drawn to the type of woman who constantly needs to be at the beauty parlor, getting their nails done, and meticulously styling their hair. To me, it feels inauthentic, a facade. While they might look good with all the enhancements, I question what they truly look like beneath the makeup and perfectly coiffed hair. It's like putting on a mask, a trend that wasn't as prevalent in earlier decades. I grew up in a different era where people were generally not as overweight, and a much larger percentage of the population was physically fit. Younger generations seem to have grown up accepting different body types more readily, as you often see slender individuals partnered with larger people, and it doesn't appear to bother them. Perhaps it's just me, but I remain firm in my conviction that neither an overweight man nor woman is genuinely attractive. This isn't a discourse about my dietary choices, it's me explaining why living alone is the optimal choice for my happiness. I'm not searching for a beauty queen, nor am I searching for anyone at all anymore. However, when I was looking, I valued realness. Someone who didn't feel the need to apply expensive makeup daily just to look presentable. I believe natural beauty, cared for with natural products, can often surpass the effects of heavy makeup, which cannot be good for the skin in the long run, considering what we know about chemicals in our food. I often wonder what those who heavily rely on makeup will look like in their 60s or 70s. I readily admit I've had my own physical challenges, like issues with my teeth in recent years due to an old jaw injury and bone loss. I'm aware I need new teeth and don't require comments on it. The point is, I understand the importance of feeling good about yourself. When I was overweight, I certainly wasn't in a position to be seeking out partners, and my own weight gain didn't magically change my preferences toward overweight women. My taste in women remained consistent. Even though I've since lost all that excess weight, I now have absolutely no interest in sharing my life or home with anyone. There are simply too many drawbacks to it. Some might call me selfish, but I genuinely dislike having to answer to anyone. Certain individuals, myself included, are simply not built for sustained marriage or partnership. And that doesn't make us bad people. It's just a fundamental aspect of who we are. My path to happiness has involved surrounding myself with animals. I'm currently down to 4 dogs, but at one point I had 9. They keep me busy, provide companionship, and crucially, they don't complain. They might occasionally show a little sass, but they never object to my daily plans. I can wake up and decide to build something, get my tools out, and nobody, not my dogs nor the chirping birds, offers any criticism. I suppose I just never learned how to be truly compatible with another person. While I've had a few good relationships for the most part, I wasn't genuinely happy, and I believe I simply wasn't designed for that type of existence. It's interesting to observe a common trend, particularly on social media. When some people end a relationship, they seem to rush into another within weeks or months, often leading to another marriage, only for it to unravel a year or 2 later. There are individuals who just can't bear to be alone, and their lives feel stagnant without a partner. They constantly search, quickly fall in love, often before truly understanding their new partner's background or true character. This leads to discovering unwelcome surprises later, situations I simply don't wish to experience again. The constant drama and uncertainty are not worth it to me. I am profoundly happy as I am, and I don't experience loneliness. I'm convinced I will never enter another relationship. While life is unpredictable, my current mindset firmly dictates I'm not looking for a partner, and I find immense happiness in my solitude. The only scenario where I might feel a pang of loneliness is if I eventually had no dogs, but my immediate solution would be to simply adopt another. I'm serious when I say that sometimes people believe certain actions or appearances make them attractive, when, in fact, they have the opposite effect. Take, for instance, some of the extreme cosmetic trends I see, like the massive fake eyelashes some younger women wear. They look alien, and from what I've heard, men universally dislike them. I suspect many women do these things primarily for other women, similar to fashion or complex hairstyles and makeup trends. What I desire in a partner is someone authentic who isn't afraid to get their hands dirty. Such a person, if they even exist around here, certainly isn't in my immediate circle, and I'm not actively looking. Of course, living alone isn't without its very few downsides. Occasionally, when I'm cutting wood or trying to lift something heavy, I wish I had an extra pair of hands. Or, on a mundane level, it would be nice to sometimes delegate feeding the chickens instead of always having to do it myself. But honestly, those are pretty much the extent of the drawbacks. One simply gets used to being alone if they spend enough time by themselves. It becomes a perfectly normal part of life. I could almost live in the wilderness 1,000 miles from the nearest human and be perfectly content, provided there was a readily accessible store for necessities. Many people have endured challenging relationships. Decades ago, couples often stayed married for life, like my parents who have been together for over 60 years. However, that steadfastness is rare now. People are far more independent. Social media has undeniably contributed to the destruction of many relationships, fostering infidelity and drama, issues I simply choose not to engage with. Some might ask if it's wrong for me to avoid all that relationship baggage, especially given that I wasn't always an angel myself, experiencing my own share of heartache. But frankly, I am exceptionally happy in my solitude, and no one should feel sorry for me. I truly am the happiest I've ever been, and my life feels more successful now than ever because I prioritize other aspects of my life. I'm not suggesting all relationships are bad. Indeed, good ones are wonderful, and I encourage anyone fortunate enough to find one to cherish it. Everyone deserves to find a truly faithful, trustworthy, and dependable partner, but such connections seem increasingly rare and difficult to maintain. As time goes on, I believe it's only going to worsen, with the violence and heartache often seen in failed relationships. I simply want no part of it. I'll never be a marriage counselor. If you ask me for advice, I'll tell you to live alone. Many men and women my age are alone for very similar reasons, though they might not openly share them. My main reason is simply profound happiness in my own company, entirely unrelated to physical appearance or weight. It's becoming harder to find someone genuinely compatible, and as we age, our physical attractiveness inevitably wanes, leading to wrinkles and changes in appearance. While some might be able to see past a person's age-related changes or slight weight gain, that's not something I'm willing to do, perhaps still viewing the world with a 20-year-old's perspective. Perhaps I still retain a 20-year-old mindset, I'm unsure. I often wonder what others truly think. Does it bother them if a partner is overweight, or covers themselves with heavy makeup, or simply doesn't appear to prioritize self-care? My own belief is that nobody truly desires a partner who neglects themselves. However, if someone is a little overweight but natural, without heavy makeup, I'm sure there are plenty of people out there who would find that appealing. Ultimately, at a certain stage in life, one must decide whether to abandon the search and embrace solitude, focusing solely on their own life, or to embark on the challenging quest for that potentially elusive partner. I anticipate a flurry of strong comments on this perspective, but it is my honest opinion. I am happy just the way things are, and I fully expect to remain alone. They'll probably find me passed away in this house 2 weeks later because no one ever comes around. A grim humor point, I suppose, but reflects the solitude. This is merely my opinion, and you don't have to agree with it, but it illustrates why many individuals choose to remain single. They grow weary of the endless search, the constant disagreements, and the potential financial struggles. It simply isn't fun.